may now begin your presentation.
Superhero. Benevolent fictional character with superhuman powers, such as Captain America, Batman, Wonder Woman.
Actually, Todd, I believe a superhero is someone with a power, who despite her disabilities greets each day with a smile.
I agree, Maya. Or a superhero could be a young entrepreneur who chooses to combine profitability with sustainability.
Absolutely, Dawson. I think a superhero is someone who's committed to ending the suffering of those around her.
I agree, Stefan. A superhero can also be a father, an entrepreneur, and a dedicated community member.
So, a superhero is a person with the drive to turn obstacles into opportunities.
The willingness to sacrifice their time and energy for the greater good.
The passion to enact change through the empowerment of those around them.
And the belief that empowerment sparks change.
Ordinary people doing extraordinary things.
So, what do all superheroes have in common?
A sidekick.
Someone who sparks inspiration and supports the implementation of the superhero's vision.
We are OSU Enactus, and we are the sidekicks.
We are all ordinary college students inspired by our superheroes to accomplish extraordinary things. My name is Todd, and I'm passionate about helping children with special needs stay active and healthy.
My name is Stefan, and I am driven to reinvigorate local economies.
My name is Dawson, and I envision a world without food insecurity.
My name is Maya, and I'm determined to empower others to create a sustainable future.
My name is Shireen, and I am dedicated to equipping entrepreneurs with the tools they need to be successful.
And we are assisted by Cody, who is telling our story through the use of social media. We are excited to take you on a journey through the lives of our inspirational superheroes. Our story begins on a basketball court in Corvallis, Oregon.
Because of the way children with disabilities are often treated, many do not get the opportunity to participate in sports for fear of exclusion, judgment, and bullying.
The mother of a 14-year-old girl with Down syndrome told us the stares and whispers she and her daughter received make her feel like an outsider in her own community.
This problem is magnified in rural towns that do not have access to the specialized programs larger cities enjoy.
What if the whole community came together to cheer on their superstars?
What if, for an hour a week, she wasn't a child with disabilities, she was just a child?
What if we could spread a legacy of inclusion and community strength?
The only organization that provides physical activities for children with disabilities currently has a 2-year waiting period. The next closest program is 75 miles away.
These children are in desperate need for additional opportunities to participate in judgment-free activities in an inclusive environment.
As a town, Corvallis has a caring community and the resources to become a place where children with special needs get the attention they deserve.
Our dynamic duo serves as inspiration for OSU Enactus to run Star Sports, a sports league for children with disabilities.
Meet our dynamic duo, Alexa and Brandy. Their territory,
Corvallis, Oregon.
Alexa's power,
An infectious smile and a powerful high five.
and Brandy's power.
An undying love for her daughter and a desire for an inclusive community.
Star Sports is a sports league that provides children with any form of disability the opportunity to get involved.
Get active.
And learn valuable team-building skills.
There are 4 main components to Star Sports: marketing, training and recruiting volunteers, organizing league events, and maintaining a viable social business model.
To market Star Sports, OSU Enactus distributed flyers to 13 local K-12 schools and promoted the program in an online form.
As Star Sports has grown, we've continued to train coaches to engage the athletes in a fun, safe, and appropriate manner.
Our program maintains a 1-to-1 coach-to-athlete ratio so that every child is given the opportunity to develop skills at their own pace.
This year, we expanded Star Sports to include indoor basketball. Our program allows the opportunity for our athletes to further develop their social skills, helping them develop a brighter self-image.
In the 2 years since we began Star Sports, the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. Parents often tell us that Star Sports is the highlight of their child's week.
I have a disability of my own, which makes it difficult for me to run, and so it's really hard for me to personally teach her skills. I think she's just got the social and athletic components all mixed in together. I would say that this program really fills a need in our community.
It's feedback like this that lets us know we're truly making a difference in our community.
Star Sports is built on a social business model where all revenue goes towards sustaining the program. A seasonal fee covers the cost of equipment, uniforms, trophies, and liability insurance. Scholarships are also available to ensure that every child is given the chance to participate.
It is our hope that the Star Sports business model will serve as a blueprint for small towns across Oregon and around the nation.
Where kids with disabilities get the opportunities that many of us so frequently take for granted.
Where by working together, we can create a legacy of inclusion and community strength.
Where parents can come together and support their stars.
Our long-term goal is an inclusive community, empowered families, and a high five for all. Our journey continues in our home state of Oregon as we address the issue of food insecurity.
Oregon ranks 5th in the nation when it comes to childhood food insecurity. 30% of Oregon children are likely to go hungry tonight.
This year, our journey took us to Hebo, Oregon, a small town in the Tillamook County, a region that has been hit hard by food insecurity and where families living paycheck to paycheck often run out of money before dinner's on the table.
What if people were empowered to address the issue of food insecurity in their own community?
What if families didn't have to travel long distances to meet their basic needs?
What if families knew that families living paycheck to paycheck knew that food would be available at the end of each month?
Hebo, Oregon is a small rural town located in western Oregon. The majority of workers in this town hold minimum wage jobs, and 67% of the population live below the poverty line.
During a meeting with the president of Tillamook Community College, OSU Enactus learned about the closure of Hebo's only food pantry. This meant that families were struggling to keep food on their table.
When we heard these stories, we knew we had to take action. In the summer of 2012, we had developed a training program to help universities start their own food pantries. This situation gave us the opportunity to implement our program in our own home state.
Step 1, secure location for the food pantry.
Initially, the food pantry was to be held in a building owned by the school district. Just 4 days before our opening, our team hit a major roadblock.
We received notification that the agreed upon location was no longer available. This brought us back to step 1, secure a location for the food pantry.
Luckily, OSU Enactus found our detour. Meet our superhero, Crystal. Her territory,
Hebo, Oregon.
her power.
Her commitment to the betterment of her community.
Crystal runs the local community center. Wanting to combat food insecurity, she offered the center as a location for the food pantry.
Location secured, we move forward. Step 2, coordinate with the Oregon Food Bank to obtain licensing for the food pantry.
Step 3, source refrigeration, storage, and display equipment.
Step 4, set up the food donation delivery system with the Oregon Food Bank.
Step 5, train OSU Enactus and community volunteers.
Step 6, open the doors and feed the community.
Step 7, ensure the sustainability of the food pantry by committing our time, resources, and manpower to Crystal and the Hebo community.
OSU Enactus has helped to put food in kids' stomachs so that those kids can focus on their education and not have to focus on being hungry. OSU Enactus has been able to put food in adult stomachs so those adults can focus on bettering their lives, on getting a better job or getting a job to begin with. They can focus on what really matters in life instead of just trying to do away with their hunger.
Looking back, it seems like a simple 7-step process, but in reality, setting up and running a food pantry,
$2,000.
time invested,
936 hours.
people served,
465.
empowering a local community to feed itself,
Priceless.
There are some things money can buy. For everything else, there's Enactus.
Our journey continues in Heritage-Own, a close-knit community situated in the northwest region of Nicaragua.
Most residents survive on less than $1 a day. This prevents citizens from accessing adequate shelter, and they're forced to live in substandard housing consisting of tarps and scraps of metal.
Aspiring entrepreneurs struggle to develop their businesses because interest rates on loans are upwards of 100%.
There is an overwhelming garbage problem due to a lack of a waste management system.
What if children can play outside without the dangers of contracting a lifelong disease?
What if families have adequate shelter from the elements?
What if community members had thriving businesses supporting their families and the local economy?
While our Heritage Home is community-minded and resourceful, they still need help. A struggling community working against all odds to turn their businesses around, save their children's lives, and provide shelter for its members.
This is a community that needs a superhero.
Meet Leonardo, his territory, his power.
The ability to fight for his community.
Unfortunately, struggling as an entrepreneur, Leonardo is finding it nearly impossible to provide for his family on a day-to-day basis. His son, Felipe, has a chronic respiratory disease and is in a constant battle for his life.
The state of Leonardo's home made his son's condition even more bleak.
Despite Leonardo's powers, the odds were stacked against our superhero. In times of turmoil, every superhero needs a sidekick. Batman had Robin, Leonardo had OSU Enactus.
Working with village elders, we determined that the community could benefit from house construction, the implementation of our micro-lending program, and a waste management system.
We met Leonardo at his house. The state of his living condition was heartbreaking. His house was pieced together with jagged scraps of metal, plastic tarps, and ragged pieces of wood.
Working side by side with local volunteers in the scorching heat for 18 hours a day, we helped build Leonardo a new home.
During subsequent visits, we worked with a local nonprofit to construct 9 additional houses.
We built both homes and a lasting connection to the Heritage-Own community.
As we talked to Leonardo while we were building his house, we realized he could benefit from a small microloan. This would allow him to expand his business, giving him the opportunity to both provide for his family and care for his chronically ill son.
Sadly, this was a distant dream for Leonardo, as there was a severe lack of small business loans in his community.
To address this problem, OSU Enactus implemented our microlending program. We interviewed interested community members and chose recipients based on the viability of their business models.
Our team consulted with the University of Leon to create a business skills workshop for Leonardo and the other entrepreneurs. We worked one-on-one with community members to increase their profit margins.
To fund our microlending program, OSU Enactus created the Ultimate Eat Challenge. It's a competition held on our campus where 20 teams of student entrepreneurs are responsible for doubling their initial funding by creating their own micro-enterprises.
All profits generated fund the microlending program, allowing us to create a cycle of entrepreneurs funding entrepreneurs, combining profitability with social responsibility.
As a freshman, I participated in the Ultimate Eat Challenge. My team and I alone generated over $600 in profit. I then had the opportunity to travel and meet Leonardo. It was at this moment I realized the true impact of my team's work. Without our loan, Leonardo would not have been able to expand his business and provide for his son, Felipe.
We are pleased to report that each existing business saw at least a 30% increase in sales, and the 3 new businesses are thriving.
Inspired by our 100% payback rate, a local NGO is using our microlending program as a blueprint to launch a program of their own.
After tackling this issue, we turned our focus to an even more dire situation, where Heritage Own is literally covered in garbage.
To address this issue, we took a 3-pronged approach to mitigating the garbage problem.
First, OSU Enactus worked with officials in the nearby city of Leon to extend the garbage collection services into our Heritage Home.
Next, working side by side with community members, we built 4 large trash receptacles and placed them in key locations around the community.
Through closed-loop production, we are confident that our receptacles built from locally sourced materials will be sustainable.
Finally, we addressed the largest roadblock in keeping the community clean. The long-standing attitude towards garbage had to be changed in the minds of the community members.
OSU Enactus created a campaign displaying the negative effects of uncontrolled littering and garbage burning.
We held a community-wide trash pickup and recruited youth from the community to lead the efforts.
We were excited to see how enthusiastic the community was about the new system and watched as kids made a game of who could collect the most garbage. During the cleanup, we collected over 2,000 pounds of trash to fill all 4 receptacles.
Y así también fue la
OSU Enactus' projects have cleaned up our community. This has helped improve living conditions for our sick children. OSU Enactus deserves to be recognized because they have taken interest in helping people in need, people without resources, people like me.
le bajan recursos para la economía.
When Leonardo waved goodbye to his sidekicks, his town of Heritage Own was a better place to live.
Where an empty soccer field stands in place of an open dump.
Where 4 bright OSU Enactus garbage receptacles are filled and ready for its first collection.
Where entrepreneurs have the skills and resources they need to maintain successful businesses.
Where Leonardo has a new home, a thriving business, and a cleaner community.
I'm excited to announce that 3 of my team members and I will be returning to Nicaragua this summer to continue our work.
Our journey continues, returns to our home state.
In Oregon, the homeless population is estimated to be over 20,000 individuals. Even in our small town, homelessness is a pressing issue.
Women are especially vulnerable to the factors that contribute to homelessness, including chronic poverty, illness, lack of affordable health care, and the high cost of child care.
What if an entrepreneur could help break the cycle of homelessness for women and their children?
When a woman becomes homeless and falls beyond the security net, it is much harder for her to get back on her feet.
When a single mother working for minimum wage makes only $18,000 a year, and the cost of child care can run over $10,000, breaking the cycle of homelessness seems impossible.
We would like to introduce our last superhero. Meet Abigail. Her territory,
Our hometown of Corvallis.
her power.
A commitment to the triple bottom line of people, profit, and planet.
Abigail is a member of our own Enactus team who created the Cycle Jacket. The Cycle Jacket is a bicycle cover that protects from sun, rain, and theft. Committed to creating a sustainable business model, Abigail turned to her own Enactus team for help.
A decision was made to source a product locally, and we worked with Abigail to create a social venture model. A partnership was also created with community outreach, which provides an emergency shelter for women and children.
The agency provides food, shelter, parent training, and counseling, but they lack a job skills program.
To address this gap, we created a sewing center in the shelter and hired a seamstress to train the women to construct cycle jackets. This allows the women to earn an income and watch their children at the same time.
It is estimated that the women will make between $12 to $15 an hour working 10 hours a week. This small income provides women a sense of independence without jeopardizing their current benefits.
With this training underway, we are excited to see the growth and development of this project moving forward.
Projects like these would not be possible without a strong team infrastructure. There are 3 levels of involvement for OSU Enactus: team members, project leads, and the executive council.
We have a well-defined succession plan where each spring we select new initiative leads and members for the executive council.
This system allows us to create a legacy where incoming leaders have the skills and resources they need to explore new opportunities.
We are grateful to have been given an opportunity to share our journey through the lives of our superheroes.
Inspired by Alexa and Brandy, we run Star Sports. It serves as a blueprint for how rural towns can provide children with disabilities a place where they can exercise their minds as well as their bodies.
With Crystal's dedication and our experience, we united to open the Kibo Food Pantry.
We joined forces with Leonardo to provide microloans, business workshops, and a waste management system.
We helped Abigail commit to the triple bottom line, allowing us to create a social business. This gives homeless women the opportunity to both earn an income and learn valuable job skills.
But we have no intention of stopping here. We will continue empowering communities, both at home and abroad, using business practices to enact real-world change.
With our drive,
Determination,
And community support,
Nothing will stop us from building a better world.
we are OSU Enactus, and this
is just the beginning.
We'd like to thank you for listening to our presentation. We'd like to invite Cody up for questions, and we'll now take your questions.
We'll have a 5-minute question and answer session. Only judges may ask questions.
How do you guys determine what projects you get involved in?
there are a lot of different ways depending on the projects. We have a strong advisory board, and we leverage their connections to projects. So, for example, our projects in Nicaragua, we have an advisory board member that travels and does documentaries, and she partnered us with a local nonprofit that we work with. So that's one example of where we get our opportunities.
In addition, we just evaluate our community and see what are our own skills and how can we help our community in the different ways.
You had 465 participants with the food pantry. What plans or methods did you use to recruit the participants when it reopened its doors?
So we, the original food pantry wasn't ours. We opened our own food pantry, and then we went out there, and there's a few local high schools and kindergarten, middle school areas that we distributed flyers to there. They also have a phone delivery system that we had them send out a voicemail with the students saying that when our food pantry is open, the location of it. We also passed out flyers to some of the surrounding locations that would also be able to use our help.
With the food pantry, you mentioned that Enactus volunteers are one of the key ingredients for success.
Yes.
How can it succeed without Enactus volunteers?
Without Enactus volunteers, we began it, and so we're using our own personal business skills and knowledge of helping out people with hunger issues and stuff, and we're helping plant that into the community and training the community how to use business skills to run and open a food pantry. So our hopes are that we can pass it on to them, but of course we need the skills in the first place to be able to do the marketing, to have the business plan of the food pantry.
In addition, we train both OSU Enactus and community volunteers, so we are continuing to train community volunteers to help that transition.
So is the waste management program, and you consider the recycling program along with it?
In the past, we implemented a biodigester in one of the communities we were working with. As for the communities we worked with most recently, we were determined. The first step was just to get everything cleaned up in the most efficient way possible.
In addition to that, when we work with the community and we decide on how we step forward in terms of like the garbage issue, that was something that the community, we've worked with the community leaders and the elders and the whole community to discuss what are the priorities and what they wanted to do first, and we really provide our resources to help support what they want to do.
You mentioned that you put together these receptacles for the garbage in the community, and they're ready for collection, but you didn't talk about the collection and how that's being funded.
So we actually reached out to the local community of Leon, which is a nearby city, and we we asked them if they could extend their garbage service to right at their show, and so that's currently what's in place now.
And we are in contact with some of the people via Facebook and stuff, and it seems that they are coming back to collections, so that is being successful.
And that garbage is into the landfill, or where is that garbage that Leon picks up go to?
Yeah, they take it to a landfill that they use currently for Leon's area.
Okay.
I see 32% on the team development. What activities are involved in team building and team development?
Some of the different projects really is like when we have our food pantry, that's our time to give back to the community and also grow together as a team. We have a long car right up there, and it's our time to kind of talk and get to know each other. We also hold a team retreat in the beginning of the year so we can get together, plan out what the year looks like, do some team bonding activities during that time.
In addition to that, we also have a monthly all-team meeting where, friends who know other friends at the university who are interested with Enactus and activities that we're involved in, they're welcome to come. We do a lot of brainstorming of new ideas and innovative ideas, and we discuss on what we're doing and how we want to move forward.
In addition to that, we have a three-tier structure of how OSU Enactus is based. So it's team members, project leads, and executive council. The project leads help develop the team members by working with them during the projects, and they teach them certain skills, certain business skills, and certain ways to implement certain strategies, and that's how we develop our team members.
This concludes our question and answer period. Please help me congratulate the team performance.